Dear readers, Earth is increasingly shifting toward what she has always been but has never been known as. Most have never suspected her to be anything other than what they perceive, a world of duality, separation, and many powers. The lies, programming, controls, and activities of those working to keep mankind in fear and ignorance of their true identity have over time infected all facets of life on Earth. However, the high resonating energies of the ascension process are serving to illuminate and expose long hidden pockets of density, which in turn is causing many previously closed minds to begin questioning everything they have been told and believed. God/divine consciousness is absolute, the only reality, omnipotent, omnipotent, and omniscient creativity. Because you cannot make something out of nothing, everything human eyes perceive as being material is in reality a spiritual creative idea in divine mind. God's expressions embody all that God is because nothing else exists, but how they are interpreted depends on the personal or collective consciousness doing the interpreting. On the collective level, all see the same thing. On a personal level, one may see beauty and love where another sees forms of ugliness and separation. For example, you see trees and plants as being solid and material. If you are able to see their real spiritual form, and some can and more will, you would see beautiful light energies flowing as individual forms connecting with other light forms. Animals are expressions of divine mind and have individuality, but on Earth they too are under the influence of duality, separation, and many powers. On an ascended Earth, animals will not eat each other or be violent, which is the meaning of the statement, "The lion will lie down with the lamb." False three-dimensional energy separates, true divine energy reflects oneness, love. Earth is a living, breathing, spiritual creation of divine mind, but humans have been hypnotized into believing that Earth is inanimate and material, just dirt and water to be used and abused for personal gain. Earth consists of much that mankind wants and needs: crystals, minerals, water, healing plants, energy sources, etc. But these things were meant to be shared with Earth in respect for the fact that they constitute Mother Earth's body. As Earth's ascension process unfolds, new and higher technologies will begin to manifest, rendering many current systems obsolete. Products that have been necessary in the past will no longer be needed, which is why many available and high-resonating technologies have never been given to the world. The people of Earth were given information regarding sources of free energy long ago, but this information has been kept hidden in order to keep industries built on products for energy alive and well. Greed is the underlying reason so many ideas, inventions, and higher ways of making life easier on Earth have been hidden from the general public. For a very long time, forward-thinking inventors and researchers have simply disappeared and their advanced research sabotaged and removed. This information is going to come to light as the ascension process continues to unfold, exposing hidden pockets of density. Divine law is the only law, and as such governs everything. Divine law is permanent, cannot be changed, and is and will forever remain the one and only law underlying all life, science, nature, etc. Because God is omnipotent, even rocks have a level of consciousness. It is divine law that causes a seed to sprout, rain to fall when needed, and babies to be conceived. Divine law causes apples to come from apple trees and roses from rose bushes in their perfectly timed seasons. It is divine law that automatically draws the correct nutrients from Earth to feed every individual plant and tree, and divine law that holds stars and planets in place and moves the tides. You have been led to believe that human thinking must adjust, change, and manipulate science and nature under the guise of making it better. Human inventors, scientists, teachers, artists, and workers in all areas of life have the ability to tap into and bring forth the divine intelligence underlying their particular facet of interest. But as of yet, most do not know this, and so with three-dimensional thinking manipulate science, plants, health, food, education, religion, and government from a limited perspective. A higher resonating world will bring forth ideas and creations that most do not yet know are even possible because so much has been and continues to be hidden for profit and gain. The ascension process is not so much a time of change as it is a time of revealing, a time in which the false will be exposed in order to reveal the largely unknown hidden realities that underlie everything. You are going to witness the exposure of increasingly more density as ascension energies dissolve the barriers that have protected worldwide deceptions, manipulations, and control. People and activities are going to be exposed that will shock the majority, causing doubt and confusion for those still clinging to the false narrative, but will serve to break them free of their three-dimensional dream state. All is proceeding according to plan, and nothing is random. You are experiencing times that have long been predicted. It is natural that mankind ascend beyond darkness and separation, because those things have always been illusion, hypnotism, a dream state, and never reality. Things are never going to go back to normal, as many are hoping. The past is the past, and it is fast becoming obsolete regardless of how well it served along the path of evolution. Do not dwell on or yearn for the past, either personally or globally. It is very easy to slip into this as you compare today to what seemed to be happier times. The past is important because it is part of everyone's journey toward their next spiritual level. However, longing for what is finished can hold you in energies you have spiritually outgrown. It is like going through grade school, then high school, then college, and then in grad school choosing to go back to grade school to get answers and information. There may be times when it is important and actually necessary to revisit the past. If the energy of some past event or situation remains unfinished and resonates with anger, regret, revenge, hatred, etc., it must be resolved and cleared, or it will stay in the person's energy field. Resolving and clearing issues that may still feel problematic can be a simple process that consists of honestly acknowledging your feelings and beliefs about the person or activity, then translating it all into truth. Acknowledge the divine selfhood of all involved, including self. Recognize all the hypnotism and false beliefs that were involved, and consciously release the whole learning experience into the nothingness that it always was, but at the time you did not understand. This is not ignoring or pretending to forget something that may have been painful, but rather is seeing it from a higher level that allows you to let it go. When we caution against dwelling on the past, we refer to the habit that some have of continually yearning and wishing for earlier times that are finished and have served their purpose, not for revisiting the past for the purpose of clearing. You will witness a new and higher worldview rising out of the chaos created by crumbling false foundations as Earth moves ever closer to truth. Mankind is graduating. We are the Arcturian Group.